mathematicians. Today we see a nice real analysis problem asked in CSIR December 2014. It's a part C problem and it is about characteristic functions and it's a continuity. Let E be a arbitrary subset of R. We define the characteristic function chi e from R to R by chi of x is equal to 1 if x belongs to E, 0 if x doesn't belongs to E. Okay. And it is given that the function is continuous. Okay. We want to find a necessary and a sufficient condition. Okay. So chi E is continuous if and only if E is closed, E is open, E is both open and closed, and E is neither open nor closed. Here I want to remark that a subset which is both open and closed is said to be a clopen set. Okay, clopen set in usually this is a notion used in topology. So we know the definition of the characteristic function chi e, and we assume that f is continuous. Okay, so if f is continuous, what we know, if it is a continuous function, then inverse image of open set is open, inverse image of closed set is closed. So we going to use that. Okay. So f takes only two values. One is 1, another is 0. Okay. Therefore, range of chi e contains only two elements. One is 0 and another is 1. So I I consider two suitable sets. One is open and one is closed. Okay. So we consider u equal to 1 by 2 comma open 1 by 2 comma open 3 by 2. This is a neighborhood which contains 1 which doesn't contain 0. Okay. So instead of u, any open set, any interval or any open set containing 1 but not containing 0 will work. Okay. Next we consider a closed set which containing 1 which is not containing 0. So we consider closed interval 1 by 2 comma 3 by 2. Okay. Now what is f inverse of u? We calculate f inverse of u. F inverse of equal to, by definition, this is set of all x belongs to R such that f of x should belongs to u. Okay. This is the definition of f inverse of u. Now, the interval u is open interval 1 by 2, comma open interval 3 by 2. Okay. Now, we want set of all real number r such that its image belongs to this interval. Okay. So, if you noticed, only the point 1 belongs to this interval. Therefore, basically this set is equal to set of all x belongs to R such that f of x equal to 1. That is precisely E. Okay, because the function chi e takes the value 1 in E. Okay, therefore f inverse of u equal to E. Now u is a open set, f is a continuous function, inverse image of open set is open. Therefore, E is a open set in R. Okay. Therefore, at least E is open is correct, and let's continue. Now, similarly, you can prove that f inverse of f is equal to singleton E. Same argument. Okay, in this interval also, you have only 1 belongs to this interval and 0 doesn't belongs to this interval. When you calculate f inverse of f, you will look at a set of all x belongs to R such that f of x equal to 1 only. So that is equal to E. Therefore, f inverse of f also you will get E, but it is a closed set. Inverse image of closed set is a closed set under continuous function. Therefore, E is closed in R. Okay. Therefore, E is open, E is closed. Therefore, E is both open and closed. Okay. So fourth option is clearly wrong. We concluded that if E is a subset of R, then chi E is continuous if and only if it is both open and closed. But what are all the examples of R? Examples of subsets of R which are both open and closed. Clearly, empty set is both open and closed, and the full space is both open and closed. What about any other set? Is there any subset of R other than empty and whole R which is both open and closed? The answer is no. Okay, so for that reason, we'll do little bit more work. So the result is, if M is a non-empty connected metric space, I suppose you can even take a topological space. I'm not sure, but yeah, for the timing we assume it is a metric space. Then pi and m are the only closed subsets. Okay, so if m is a closed metric space, even I like to modify it a little bit. So M is a non-empty connected metric space if and only if pi and M are the only cloopen sets. Cloopen means both closed and open. Okay. So now R is a connected metric space, non-empty connected metric space. Therefore, pi and R are the only cloopen sets. So there is no other cloopen sets. Therefore, the function chi e is continuous. Chi e is continuous if only if e equal to empty or e equal to R. Okay. If you take any other choice of e, then chi e won't be continuous. Okay. Okay, so now let's see a short proof. Why this proof is important? In NBHM interview, one time this problem is asked. So also this proof will give you more intuition for connected sets. Okay, so let's see the proof. So it is a if and only statement. So we have to prove both the direction. So we first prove the necessary part. Suppose M is a non-empty connected set. Then, so what is the meaning of connected set? If M equal to E1 union E2 and E1 and E2 are open and E1 and E2 they are disjoint, then E1 equal to empty or E2 equal to empty. Okay, so this is the definition of connected set. Okay, so a subset or a metric space is said to be connected whenever it is written as union of two disjoint open sets, then one of them has to be empty. Okay, so you might have seen this in the name separation. Okay, so if it is a connected metric space, then it will not have any separation. Or this is a much simpler definition to use in the problems related to connected sets. So please remember this definition. Okay, therefore, since M is connected, this is true. So now we claim that empty set and M are the only cloopen sets. Okay, so let we take an arbitrary cloopen set. We will prove that it is empty or M. So now I define E1 to be E and E2 to be E complement in M. Okay, now E1 E is a cloopen set, therefore E1 is a cloopen set because E1 is just E. So E1 is both open and closed. Therefore, therefore E1 is closed, so E1 is closed implies its complement is E2, which is that will be open. Okay. Therefore, E2, which is a E complement, this is a open set. Now E1 is a cloopen set, therefore E1 is open also. Okay. Now E1 intersection E2 is empty because they are complement of each other. E1 union E2 will be M. Okay, why? Because they are complements in M. Therefore, we get, since we assumed that M is connected, so whenever M is written as union of two non-empty disjoint open sets, one of them has to be empty. Okay, so here I forget to, okay, that is fine, I think. Okay, so that implies that either E1 equal to empty or E2 equal to empty. But if E1 equal to empty, that means that E is empty. If E2 equal to empty, that means that E complement is empty. That means that E is equal to M. Therefore, E equal to pi or E equal to M. Okay. So one direction is over. If M is connected, then pi and M are the only cloopen sets. So conversely, suppose pi and E are the only cloopen sets in a metric space M. We claim that M is connected. Okay. So to prove M is connected, we write M as a union of two open sets, union of two disjoint open sets. We will prove that E1 or E2 is a empty set. Okay. Now, so we want to prove either E1 or E2 are non-empty. We want to prove either E1 or E2 is empty set. So by contradiction, suppose both E1 and E2 are non-empty. Okay. So we arrive at a contradiction to the fact that M is connected. Okay. Oh, sorry. We this is what we want to prove. We will get a contradiction to the fact that pi and E are the only cloopen sets. Okay. Okay. So we assumed that E1 and E2 both are non-empty. Now E2 is equal to E1 complement. Why? Because E1 union E2 is M, and of course E1 union intersection E2 also disjoint. Yeah, but E1 equal to yeah, E1 now E1 is open implies E2 is closed, correct? Because E1 and E2 are open and E2 is E1 complement, therefore E2 is closed. Okay, now E2 is already open and E2 is now we got closed, and both of them are non-empty. Okay, so both of them are non-empty and E1 intersection E2 is empty implies that E2 is not equal to M also. Okay, if E2 equal to M, then E1 intersection E2 cannot be empty. Okay, therefore we get E2 is a open set, E2 is a closed set, and we assumed both E1 and E2 are non-empty, and we know E2 is not equal to M also. Okay, so E2 is a cloopen set which is non-empty and not equal to M. So we get a we get a cloopen set which is different from uh, it is different from uh, phi and M. Okay, so we assumed that pi and M are the only cloopen sets in M. Now we proved that we have constructed another cloopen set which is different from pi and M. Okay, so that is a contradiction. We got this contradiction because we assumed that uh, both E1 and E2 are non-empty. Okay, so to prove M is connected, we have to prove that E1 either E1 or E2 is empty, but we assumed both E1 and E2 are non-empty. That's why we got a contradiction. Okay, so we got a contradiction. Therefore, either E1 or E2 is empty. Therefore, M is connected. Okay, okay, guys. So if you learned something new from this problem, please like this, click the like button and share with your friends and subscribe to my channel. Thank you.